One brother from the Jamaat has fallen ill. He's critically ill. Make dua, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala elevate him and lengthen his life. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Wassalatu wassalamu ala sayyidil mursaleen wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in, amma ba'd. وعن أنس رضي الله تعالى عنه أنه مشى إلى النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم بخبز شعير وإهالة سنخة، ولقد رهن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم درعا له بالمدينة عند يهودي وأخذ منه شعيرا لأهله، ولقد سمعته يقول: ما أمسى عند آل محمد صاع بر ولا صاع حب، وإن عنده لتسع نسوة. رواه البخاري. Anas radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, from him, 3 different situations from the life of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam is being narrated. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us some connection faithful to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam like Anas, some connection to Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam like Anas and like Sahaba ridwanullahi ta'ala alayhim ajma'in. They are worthy to narrate these types of situations. We feel shame while narrating. First one, he said, Anas radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, he walked towards Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam with barley bread and some fat which was literally rotten, which was stinking, which has bad odor. So this is what, as a item of food, he is narrating his experience, that he has walked with this barley bread and rotten fat towards Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam. One situation. Second, Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam had kept his armor, armor, as a rahan, that you keep this item of mine and borrow me some, as a guarantee, whatever you call, as a deposit. Yeah, Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam had deposited his armor into Medina Munawwara by a Jew, and Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam had requested that, give me some barley for my family. That is the second situation. The third one, narrator said that I have heard him saying, he must have heard Anas radiyallahu ta'ala anhu saying, that Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his family did not make not a single evening that they had half kilo of wheat or half kilo of barley. And situation was such that Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam had 9 wives. Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam had 9 wives, and his livelihood was struggling in this manner. 3 different situations. As I said, that it is Anas who is qualified to narrate. We are not qualified, because they were faithful for the mission of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The previous riwayat we went through, that Abu Hurairah radiallahu ta'ala anhu is being invited and the whole goat is roasted. And people said, join us to eat. So Abu Hurairah radiallahu ta'ala anhu said, I am not going to eat because my Nabi Sassam never had stomach full meal. And that is what I think of. How can I enjoy? You know that famous incident, I think it was Sa'd ibn Abi Waqqas or some other Sahabi. He was the Amir of the area. And Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu was Khalifatul Muslimin. And Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu, some of the authentic ulama explain that if you want to give introduction of him, one special introduction, it was that he was very keen onto Rijaluddin, people who is being nominated by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to preserve, to propagate, to teach, to preach the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, affairs of deen. People who are nominated onto the affairs of deen. Umar radiallahu ta'ala, he was very, very keen onto them. He was very, very keen onto them. He used to have very critical observation onto all of them. And that is, he is one of the special introduction. So, he went into the area where the Sahabi was Amir. So after inquiring all of that, now he wanted to know that when he is into isolation, into privacy, into his own time, how is he? What does he eat? How he survives being such a big Amir. So he tried to avoid. And as he was trying to avoid, Umar radiallahu ta'ala was insisting that no, I want to join you. He was trying to avoid. Now imagine, if I have done something wrong and you want to have access, then I'm trying to avoid because I want to hide my wrong. So he's trying to avoid. And Umar radiallahu ta'ala is insisting. And he said, no matter what happens, so at the end he said that if you will have that full access, you will get nothing except some tears. So he had that access. He went there when time of eating came. Some very dry stuff. On that he was surviving. He took that small bag out and he started shedding. When he took it out and when they sat down to eat, when Umar saw radiallahu ta'ala, he started weeping immediately. That we all are changed but you have not changed. As I was saying yesterday, that they used to look into people's good. Umar radiallahu ta'ala is demanding access, don't interpret it on your nature, on my nature. Their demand of access comes out with this lesson for the ummah till the day of Qiyamah. And if it is me and you, then I know all of your fault. I know all of your weaknesses. If I am friend with you, if I have lived with you, if I have spent some time with you, then I will know all of your weaknesses. But if you ask me that 50 people read salat with you or behind you, if you have to count their beauties and good attitudes and good manners, please start penning down. Then we will fail. Sahaba, they were not like that. Sahaba, they were not like that. Umar radiallahu ta'ala started crying and he said to him, I think it was Sa'd ibn Abi Waqqas or some other Sahabi. He said to him that we change but you haven't changed to the mission of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. minal mu'minina rijalun sadaqu ma ahadullah alayh. You are from them. That whatever promise you had made it to Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you are with that. That is what I'm trying to explain. That Anas radiyallahu anhu is qualified to share these situations from the life of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And some of the commentators, last time also I was saying that some commentators, when they make commentary, then you come to know that must be some sort of their amal also. Here, I think Tibi, one of the muhaddis, he has made commentary that Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam borrowed from the Jew, not from the Muslim. And what he said, he is borrowing from the Jew because Muslim must not come to know my livelihood struggling situation of my family. That happens. This muhaddis, when he came out with this type of commentary, we have history of our salaf like that. That somehow Allah exposed their secret. When you do it for the sake of Allah, Allah expose your secret. Here, Nabi Sallallahu is doing for the sake of Allah. No one will be having ikhlas like Nabi Sallallahu. So this commentator is saying that Nabi Sallallahu is borrowing from Jew, not from Muslim. Why? Because if any Muslim will come to know such a desperate, struggling situation, how will they feel? So, Nabi Sallallahu don't want them to know. That's why he borrowed from them. That is one of the commentary. And that tells us that, people who do for the sake of Allah, they keep on sacrificing and world will never come to know. Only Allah knows. Only Allah knows. And what we are, I do a little good and I want it to be announced. Whole public must know. Everybody must know. Then that happens. That you grow in profile. Oh, there are so many people who are your following. So many likes. And it's like a balloon. Balloon has no weight. Like that, our name and fame has no weight. Our numbers have no weight. Our following has no weight. Only a rush. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us ikhlas. Anas radiyallahu ta'ala, imagine, he must be narrating after the demise of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And that is what, they were so faithful that they remembered everything from the life of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So first thing he said, that Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, I walked towards Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam with bread and with such fat. Imagine, me and you, we will think that our progenies before have gone by and progenies will come. We will never face these types of dilemma. Why? No, remember, today is Jummah. Read Salat ala Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Remember, me and you never came across these types of struggling dilemma because of his sacrifices. Because of his sacrifices. What he ate or what was presented to him or how he struggled, he had always his ummah ahead of him, before him. Oh Allah, you can interpret these riwayat with sentiments saying that he is saying to Nabi, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that, oh Allah, whatever hunger you are going to give it to my ummah, give it to me and my family, do not let them suffer. That is what comes out from here. That is what comes out from here. But we have forgotten him. We have forgotten him. Second thing he narrated that Nabi Sallallahu, just to borrow some barley, he had deposited his armor to a Jew, that you keep this and give me some barley because we don't have anything to eat in our house. And here 9 wives into the family of, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us such ilm. On the day of Jummah, I beg you, who can lay finger onto the characteristic of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam? If you go through authentic sources about his life, but we are so far from that mission that if people start talking ill, then we also start hesitating. Oh Allah, protect us. Oh Allah, protect us. About yourself, oh Allah, and about your Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Until we die, no shadow of doubt must come. Oh Allah, make us such. Today is Jummah. Give us begging that no shadow about about your tawheed, about your qudrat, about your sifat, about your name should come to us and to our progeny till the day of Qiyamah. And no shadow of doubt comes about our Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. We were supposed to be bold enough, with self-confidence. We were supposed to challenge the whole world that come to me. I will explain it to you who is my Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. The way, I always say, the way he was struggling, his stomach, hunger-wise, he had sacrificed when it comes to, physical lust and desire more than that. More than that. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, no one was modest like Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. No one has integrity like Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. No one was stronger like Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. No one has strength like Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. No one was beautiful like Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. But may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us such that we know our Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam more than we know ourselves. One of these students I always share, he asked very good question that how will you know your Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam more than yourself? So I gave an example that today is the 9th of November. Last year, 9th of November, what I had eaten, do I know? Do you know? Everybody has forgotten. But life of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, every second is being preserved in an authentic manner. And if you don't know Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, then Allah will hold you responsible. And we don't know. And we think, I am a Maulana. I am so and so. I hold this position. I am one of the leader of the community. And you don't even know tiny particle from the life of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. How can you claim that? May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bring us back to Quran and Sunnah. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Ya awwal al-awwaleen, ya akhir al-akhirin, ya rahim al-masakin, ya dhal quwwati al-mateen, ya dhal manni fala yumannu alayk, ya dhal tawul, ya dhal jalali wal ikram. La ilaha illa ant, zahra al-laji'in, wa jara al-mustajirin, wa ma'man al-khaifin, ya ma'man al-khaifin. إن كنت كتبتنا عندك في الكتاب أشقياء فامحو عنا اسم الشقاء وإن كنت كتبتنا عندك في الكتاب مقطرا علينا أرزاقنا فامحو تقطير رزقنا وحرمان رزقنا واكتبنا وأثبتنا عندك سعداء ووفقنا على الخير فإنك تقول في كتابك يمحو الله ما يشاء ويثبت وعنده الكتاب. اللهم إنا نسألك فعل الخيرات وترك المنكرات وحب المساكين وأن تغفر لنا وترحمنا فإذا أردت بقوم فتنة فتوفنا غير مفتونين غير خزايا ولا ندام ولا مفتونين. اللهم ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. ربنا توفنا مسلما وألحقنا بالصالحين. اللهم ارزقنا حبك وحب حبيبك صلى الله عليه وسلم. اللهم هم أصلنا ووصلنا وإليهم يحن قلوبنا وطال إليهم شوقنا فاقبض إليهم أرواحنا. اللهم ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم. وصلى الله تعالى على خير خلقه سيدنا وحبيبنا مولانا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين برحمته.